Why don't you tell me a little bit about your story, what you got the spinal cord stimulator for, and how it's worked out for you?
Well, I started out. There was going to be like some kind of trial out in Seattle, and so I checked it out, but the doctor denied me, and then I came back with with my with a referral from my doctor uh, to get it done. So we went full force, and it was mainly for my lower back issues.
Okay.
Pain.
Yeah, I originally got mine for lumbar spinal issues as well. I hear from people every once in a while, oh, they don't work for mechanical pain and this and that, but for me, it worked amazingly well for my mechanical issues. Some people are, I just had a conversation with somebody the other day online who was arguing with me, they only help nerve pain. I'm like, well, not in my case, and I know hundreds of people who have gotten them. That's why you do the trial, because you don't really know until you try it.
Well, yeah, I did the trial, and during the trial, I it was working just fine, but I had migraine all throughout.
Yeah, probably from them getting up there in the spinal column.
Yes, and I just dismissed it like the body's just getting used to it,
Makes
and
sense.
yeah. So so I did a week of it, and I was happy. It was at 75% of the up for the trial, so I said might as well go full force.
Yeah, absolutely. 75% of pain reduction is huge if you're living with chronic pain.
Yeah, but however, I not only do I have lower back issues, but I also got what is called dish, where I'm pretty much naturally fused up from my neck all the way down to my tailbone.
Oh, okay.
So I have very little range of motion.
I would imagine.
So, but that didn't really stop me of going full force with the spinal cord stimulator for the permanent. And it was I remember the first couple days of the uh, the the permanent. I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm about to throw the batter the charger and the remote down in Puget Sound.
Did you have a lot of problems then when you first got your permanent?
No, it other than the butt pain
Yeah.
and so and I did this with no um um prescription pain meds.
Okay. Yeah, that had to be challenging.
Yeah, no, not really. When I had a couple earlier surgeries that were much more painful than this. So,
Okay. So what had you ready to throw the charger and stuff?
well, because I was having a lot of pain,
Okay.
but it was physical pain.
Yeah, I understand.
And but my friend encouraged me, saying, "No, you don't want to do that."
Yeah, for sure. So then how long was it before your surgical pain started to subside and you started to really feel the benefit from the implant?
About 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty standard. I know I lucked out because I had percutaneous leads, and my doctor was able to feed them in, and I had very little discomfort with it. I was actually walking on the treadmill real slow on like the third day,
Yeah.
but trying to get up and move was, but not breaking the restrictions of bending, twisting, lifting, and whatnot. I think that's where a lot of people run into problems, is it's tougher than you think to avoid doing those things for a long period of time.
For me, it was pretty much easy.
Yeah, well, it sounds like with your limitations anyway, that you don't do a whole lot of bending and stuff like that with all the fusion you've got going on in your spine from your condition.
Exactly. But I'm also using a walker.
Okay.
And so, but that's just for my balance.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because yeah, the last thing we want to do is take a fall. So overall, it sounds like you've been a pretty big success.
Yes. Well, I after the first full week of the operation, no, actually 2 weeks of the operation, I was having some complications where when I go up I think I was program 1 setting 4, I was starting having issues like
Okay.
overstimulation.
Yeah, that's common. Were you running high frequency or low frequency where you can feel it?
I it, I guess it was high frequency.
Okay, so you didn't feel like the vibration or the tingle?
Oh, I had my share with that,
Yeah, yeah,
and feeling overtired.
yeah, yep.
Overweighted.
That's really common, especially between the impact of the surgery itself and the healing process. And as we become more active, I know a lot of people think that if they get rid of their pain, they're instantly going to be like they were previous. But you don't appreciate how much muscle atrophy and how out of shape you get quickly. I know it took me months to start walking any kind of distance and to have any kind of endurance again.
Hmm. Well, I it took me it's still taking me years to learn how to walk
Yeah.
and my balance and everything. And then now starting to be 53 now. I'm I got the beginning pains of arthritis.
Okay. Yeah, spinal issues seem to kind of go in a group between the degenerative disc disease, the arthritis, and nerve issues. And I think a lot of people who have spine issues, it's not just one thing. You know, it's a smorgasbord of things.
Oh yeah, but to throw in a monkey wrench, try diabetes.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's just one more factor.
Yeah, but my diabetes is very controlled.
Well, that's excellent.
Yeah,
I know
and
since I've become less active after I had my cervical surgery and stuff, I've been struggling to try and keep my blood sugar uh, low enough that I don't need, excuse me, that I don't need to treat my You know, I don't have diabetes yet, but my A1C's been hovering around that 6.5 mark, 6.4, 6.2, and then every once in a while I'll go in and it'll be a little high, and then I know I gotta be a little more diligent about what I eat and try and be more active and
yeah.
you know, but yeah, it's definitely a struggle, especially when you can't exercise and stuff like you would like to.
Yes, I used to square dance and can't anymore because of my balance.
Yeah, no, I can see why that would be a huge problem with square dancing. So,
Mhm.
but all in all, so it sounds like you would say it was a successful venture for you, or that you would do it again if you knew then what you know now.
Well, but yeah, it's amazingly I'm at 90% at low frequency.
Excellent. So I'm so happy for you. So,
Thank
and
you.
yeah, well, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story with us. Because, like I said, if it sounds like if you are getting 90% pain relief, that's pretty solid success.
Okay.
Um, is there anything else you want to share about your experience or spinal cord stimulators in general before we go? Anything that I didn't ask or that comes to mind?
N- None I can think of.
Okay. Well, I'll stop recording then. And again, I want to thank you for sharing your story with everybody.
All right, thank you.